Sewing friends, welcome to Practical Stitches, and my name is Sherry. So I made a chevron quilt, and I showed you it last week and showed you that I was doing number 2, and this is number 2. It has more yellow in it than gray, and actually the border is a different fabric altogether. But I think it turned out okay. I think you can see the bulk of it there. And I put a smaller border on it than the gray one that I did. So I have my safety pins. I had to go downstairs and get them. And anyway, getting ready to make a quilt sandwich to start quilting it, but I am going to do it on the machine. I know, but that's if it's ever going to get finished, that's how it's going to happen. So yes, so I'm getting ready to machine quilt them, and I got thinking about doing a quilt label. And I do have a thing that attaches, an embroidery unit that attaches to my sewing machine, and I don't use it very often, is what I'm trying to say. So you can download embroidery files and put them into your machine. You can only do one, you can't do everything, but you can do quite a bit. So I don't use it very often because I find it frustrating to use, and just stupid little things I don't understand. And I've read the manual. It's not always in there. And I guess I just get frustrated with it. And I always think I should use it more so I can learn how to do it. So sometimes I go on a website called embroiderydesigns.com is what it's called. And you can download some designs for free. And I had seen one on there before, and I thought, that'll be a quilt label. So I thought I would embroider one, and I think it turned out quite well. Of course, I did a whole bunch of them, and I did them too close together, so I'll just show you like this. So I thought that was kind of cute, and then I suppose you could do embroidery writing, but that'll be a disaster of me trying to figure out and get it centered, and I'm not even going to try to do that. I'm just going to write on it. So I kind of did the deep dive today, and then I started looking at quilt labels, and usually from what I saw, that is what people do. They just take a small triangle and sometimes sew some fancy tape on the edge and just do it on the diagonal in the corner. But I thought that was really cute, so I'm just going to write on it. And I watched a video about what kind of pen you should use. And it says to use an archival pen. So I don't know if that's going to show up. But this is archival ink. But this is a brush pen. This is really old. I remembered that I had this, and I thought, I wonder if it's charcoal ink. Anyway, it does write on the fabric quite easily. I only have this one and it's blue. So obviously I don't need the quilt label immediately, but I think maybe I will try and write on one and see what happens. The reason why I use this kind of ink is it doesn't fade or wash out over time. Like a Sharpie apparently does not last forever. So I happen to have this, so I thought I might as well use it, and it still works. But you get, it does work quite well. And the scary thing is, I used to be a cake decorator and you had to write a lot of stuff in a small space, and I guess I've lost that skill. So I might change the color of the thread and do it all blue so I can use my blue marker, because I think that would look better if you use black ink. This one I can't use anyway because the tension was all messed up on it. That was the first one I did, so I'm okay that I ruined it. And some of these are too close together. I can't use them anyway, so I can practice on the side on the other piece. Or I might get a black marker, and this is a brush. It has a brush tip. So I might get one that's smaller. The next time I go to town, because obviously my quilt is not ready for this label yet, but I thought it would be nice to try something that looks like a quilt label. So, and I had to pay for this design. It wasn't free. I'm sure that there are other designs on there that are free that you can get. But I just thought it looked really cute and would make a neat quilt label. I'm probably going the more complicated route because I think you can make a quilt label quite simply by just using a piece of fabric and writing on it. But I thought that would look nice in the corner of my quilt when I get it finished. So I'd love to know in the comments below if you label your quilts or if you go through this procedure, or do you do something much more simple? Because sometimes simple looks better. And this isn't really that complicated. It's just me messing around. And I thought, well, I might as well, while I get it all set up, I'll make a few more and then they'll be ready to go. I hope you all have a great week, and thank you so much for watching. Talk to you again soon. Bye.